bewitching hour. Yeah. What's going on here? Emperor Melkor here, wishing you a really unholy witching hour on this amazing holiday of 420. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and take this to see, yes. So pretty soon we're gonna start hallucinating and seeing things in us. I really like 80s. They really make me feel more in tune with Satan, and especially enhances so brutal black metal, death metal, doom metals, sludge metals, and the records that we are going to be listening to once this kicks in, and that is, of course, Electric Wizard's third studio album, Dope Thrones. This is so even Satan can enjoy some bong hits every once in a while. So everyone needs to smoke the pipe and relax, as I say. So anyways, still like my rings. Look, it looks like a gold head when it turned upside down because it is Satan's. I know, so a lot of you are jealous of my Solomon's rings. I know, I've spoke to demons, and so does the spans, and that's why they make such great, beautiful music. Electric Wizards is a great band. They were really inspired by Black Sabbath. In fact, they took, two of their favorite Black Sabbath songs and combined it into one with, Wizard from the first album, and Electric Funerals, and combined it into Electric Wizard, and they make beautiful sludge, doom, whatever. They kind of honestly, to me, in Melkor's opinions, and my opinions are never wrong because I'm in Melkor's, they are one of those bands that are like their own genres. But let's go ahead and take this out of its sleeves and look at it. Look at it. You can see it better. You can see Satan. You see him? You see him? And he's taking a hit from his bongs, and I was happy for 20s. It's good to be evil. And still a really great album because you open it up and check it out. It's got a great set of folds. And you can see Satan's there. Also kind of psychedelic shit got going on. So, this is like a really good album. And check out how beautiful the actual record looks. I'm hoping that you can see it. But it's got like sparkles. Can you see? Can you see it? I don't know if it can because the shitty fucking TVs. So turn this fucking shit off. It's nothing. Fuck Bob Ross. That's all Gill-Boy watches. Fucking Bob Ross. But I guess it is 420s, and he's great to watch on that day. So, anyways, you see it? Can you see it? I don't think you can see it because the camera's a shit. But anyways, it's like purples, like you could see it, but then it has like glitter on it, so it looks like it's out of space. So I think it is. I don't know how quick that fucking shit kicks in, but yeah, it's really nice. It's really pretty, but this is a really great album. In fact, this is actually the album that I was introduced to by Electric Wizard, and it's really brutal, and I think all of the albums are great, but this is the only ones that I could find at the time. I will not lie and say that my favorite song by this band is The Dunwich Horror. They have a lot of songs about Lovecraft stuff, as well as Satan, as well as other like occult themes and Satanism and Levianism, as well as theistic Satanisms and all that great esoteric occult stuff. They are very much inspired by Black Sabbath, I would definitely say. And they are an amazing, amazing band. So this is a really heavy hitter album. Zero skip for Melkor. You got Venom Sabbath, Funeralopolis, and then you continue with Weird Tales, Electric Frost, Golgotha, An Altar of Mikolatas, and then Barbarian. And that song is about Conan the Barbarian. You know. And then you go Eyes, the Witchfinder, The Heels Have Eyes, which is a great film. The remake of Sheets, both great films, the originals. And then the songs that really is about all those poses, and it's called We Hate You. Die. I know that part is the song's called We Hate You, but it should say in parentheses, Die. And then, of course, the title track of the album, Dope Throne. And then we end with Mind Transfers, right? And so it's just, I mean, it's a great album. And the more fucked up you are, the more you'll see that these trees are actually people. You see? Can you see? I'm sure you've been smoking all day. Look at it. Can you see? Can you see it? So it's really brutal. It's great. And it really excites Melkor when he starts seeing the pictures move. But anyways, let's discuss something really brutal, and that's about Electric Wizard, right? And they are an English stoner doom metal band from Dorsal. They are formed in Xenos in 1988 under the name of Lord of Putrefaction. The band has recorded 9 studio albums, 2 of which have been considered genre landmarks: Come My Fanatics in 1997, and of course the album we are talking about that came out in 2000, Dope Thrones, right? An Electric Wizard's brand of doom metal incorporates stoner and slow traits with lyrics focusing on the occult, witchcraft, H.P. Lovecraft, horror films, and cannabis. So it's all really good, beautiful things that should be, basically worshipped and studied forever, right? However, more about one of the greatest albums of all time, which, honestly should be on everyone's 420 playlist. I'm sure you do things the proper way and you listen to at least 4 albums on this day, and if this is not one of them, then you should kill yourself. So you should just do it because you don't know how to celebrate correctly, okay? But that's why I'm here to correct you, and if you disagree, then you should die. So anyways, Dope Throne is the 3rd studio album by Electric Wizard, and it was released on September 25th, 2000 from Rise Above Records. Rise Above Records is also with Ghost First Sounds, and also Uncle Acids did as well. So following the release and tour of their previous student album, Come My Fanatics, the group was asked by Rise Above owner Lee Doran to create a follow-up. Vocalist and guitarist Josh Osborne has stated that drug issues and all release and personal problems led to production of Dope Throne being a difficult process. The group entered Kakalamba Studios in May 2000 with only 3 tracks written: Dope Throne, Funeralopolis, and We Hate You. The album was recorded in 3 days. Osborne, who wrote all the album lyrics, spoke of H.P. Lovecraft and Robert E. Howard as influence in its own writing, while this group disagreed during the mixing sessions about how the overall record should sound. The music on the album has been described as both doom metal and stoner rock, with influences of British groups like Black Sabbath and of course the legendary Motorhead. And I just want to take a moment here to shout out to Motorhead. You see, they are one of the most influential metal bands of all times, right? They influenced like Mayhem's, Dark Thrones, Electric Wizards, the list goes on. So, don't worry, one day we'll have like 2-hour videos about Motorheads, right? Because they really need to just, it's a great band. I mean, no one else sounds like Motorheads, right? So anyways, back to Electric Wizards and their Dope Throne. So after this album was released, right, so Electric Wizard went on tour with Sons of Otis in England, followed by a tour in Europe and the group's first performance in the United States. The album was released to positive reviews from Exclaim, CMJ News, Music Monthly, and The Village Voice. Retrospective reviews continued to be positive, with Decibel placing the album on their list of the top 20 stoner rock albums of all time in September 2007, and Terrorizer declaring Dope Throne the album of the decade in December 2009, which it is. That's what I'm saying. So it's 420s, lot ups, and listen to this. You'll have a great time. Promises. You should probably also read some Robert E. Howard and some H.P. Lovecraft, either before or after or during. It will really enhance your experience. I promise. Yes. So just a little bit more about this album, because honestly it's really interesting, because this band is just it's a phenomenal band. If you've never heard of them before, then you're not living your life, right? So, but basically, after their Come My Fanatics album with great albums, I need to get it honestly. Sean Sheen, Paul's Sean, no, it's Sheen, I don't know. Anyways, I think it's Sean. Palmerston of Exclaim stated that Electric Wizard became pretty much invisible. Vocalist and guitarist Josh Osborne claims the music isn't pop music where there's commercial pressure to deliver all the time. This is underground metal where if you're lucky you might sell 1 or 2 copies. Osborne felt that he was pressured by Lee Doran, the owner of Rise Above Records, to create a new album. Osborne stated the group all had drug issues between the release of the 2 albums. Tim Bagshaw, the group's bassist, has said that he was arrested for breaking into a liquor store, and drummer Mark Groening fell off his motorcycle and broke his collarbone. Meanwhile, Osborne was arrested for setting fire to a Reliant Robin. Osborne felt that the difficulties that the band members experienced in the 3 years between studio albums were channeled into Dope Throne, and that creating the album was such a difficult process that it kind of made life worse. That's good. We should. Osborne said that the group developed songs via jam session, which would occasionally lead to the creation of a song. Prior to entering the studio, only 3 tracks were written: Dope Throne, Funeralopolis, and Hatchias. Bagshaw said that he wrote quite a lot of the album, including writing Vidium Sabbathai, and it was about 2 minutes, along with Ice the Witchfinder, Golgotha, and We Hate You. The album's centerpiece, titled Weird Tears, was created entirely within the studio. And on discussing the track's multiple parts, Osborne later declared it kind of stupid, like prog rock or some shit. All kinds. Well, it's not true. You should shut the fuck up. Groening's contribution was hearings what Bagshaw and Osborne had come up with, the drumming to it. The album was recorded at Chuqualamba Studios between May and June 2000. Prior to recording each song, Osborne indulged in both cannabis and cocaine. And Bagshaw said that the group consumed copious amounts of weed and booze, as you should. Yeah, so basically, that was brutal. It's about Bagshaw and Groening described the recording session as mostly about getting really stoned. Yeah, and quite good fun. Respectively, Osborne recalled that the initial recording sessions were about 3 or 4 days, with the mixing taking much longer, and there were arguments among the group members. Really, Osborne argued with producer Rolf Stein about how the album should sound. 2 longer tracks, Weird Tales and Dope Throne, were completed as the first and second takes, respectively. Osborne said that back then we didn't have a way to cut it up and just redo one part. The track Mind Transfer was recorded during the session but only released later as a bonus track for Japanese release of SARS. You could say do drugs. It's really good for you. It makes the best album of all times, right? So, anyways, I guess we should probably talk a little bit more about the release, right? Or the music, actually. So, the Chicago Tribune, the poser Greg Calt said that unlike American stoner rock that drew from punk music, grunge, and heavy metals, the music on Dope Throne was more akin to early 1970s Black Sabbath and the music of Motorhead. Jim DeRogatis of the Chicago Sun-Times noted that the style was primarily known as stoner rock in the United States and doom in the United Kingdom. Groening spoke in 2007 about the Electric Wizard albums he had worked on, saying that I wanted something with louder drums. I always regret all the Electric Wizard releases because the drums don't sound loud enough, as that Dope Throne did not represent the sound I was trying to give off, as with all Electric Wizard releases. Osbourne said that the other members of the group wanted to introduce elements of hip-hop music and the sound of Nirvana's. Osbourne later recalled that Bagshaw had been into some weird shit. He listened to Linkin Park and shit like that. Fucking shite. Fuck knows. They wanted to put scratching or some shit on one song and I could have killed them. You should have. You should fucking killed them. What? Linkin Park? This is a pose of this ultimate pose of shit. Cause fucking kills them. So you know what? It reminds me of my fucking Spices, who's the fucking satires when I gotta fucking get some fucking bongs and they sit there and start talking about crawling in my fucking skin, so I fucking skinned them. And then they're not crawling the fucking skin. I'm sorry. Melkor really gets upset when Linkin Park's brought up. It's a fucking shit band. You fucking die if you like them. Anthony's Barwick's of Decibel culminates at the Osbourne lyrics put Dope Throne more in line with death or black metal. Truth, as then Black Sabbath hippie love brother sentiments, it's really is. Osbourne, who wrote all the album lyrics, spoke of H.P. Lovecraft and Robert E. Howard as an influence on his own writings, and specifically the atmosphere of Lovecraft's works and Howard's attitude towards society, these anti-civilization rants. That was a big inspiration for me. On specific Lovecraft stories that inspired him, Osbourne called the music of Eric Zahn and the dreams in the witch house. That's a movie that Gill-Boy really wants to turn into live action, but I think he's too much of a poser to do it. But Melkor would, but I don't really know anything about cameras. So anyways, with their themes of occult being carried into music through the time signatures, Osbourne described the inspiration of the song Dope Throne as a story he had heard about someone who owned a couch made entirely of dope. Oh, that sounds like a good times. We Hate You was inspired by Ozzy Osbourne, who Osbourne described as always going about how much he fucking loved everyone, so we thought it would be great to go and do the opposite, which you should. Fucks loves, not reals. It's only fucking hate and Satan, So basically, this was released and everybody was like, it's the best albums of all times, right? And those that, said different, they listen to Chapel Roan, so who fucking cares? This stupid fucking pony of pink, it should be black pony clubs, Satan sauce. Anyways, so following the release of the album, Electric Wizard toured, and they went on a great shows and all that stuff. And following the tour, Electric Wizard did their first tour in the United States, and it started on March 4th, 2001, and it concluded on April 8th with a show in South by Southwest. On the tour, the band predominantly toured with Warhorse, while also performing shows with Bongzilla, Cathedral, and Converge. Right, so it's kind of cool, right? But honestly, in the United States, this album was really mail order on November 20th, 2000, and it became in retail shops in January 2001. So how's about that for some fun facts? I know she really wanted to know that. So anyways, so Bagshaw reflected on their American tour as like serving in the Vietnam War, saying that it strengthened their armor. Groening said that the tour seemed like a good laugh, but that the group was young at the time. At times, it was soul-destroying. Osbourne commented more positively on it, expressing his excitement about touring the United States and staying at great hotels, being treated like kings, while noting that the group had still argued a lot. to us. It's probably cocaine's, Tony Montana's, But, yes, I mean, there's so much more that honestly could be said about this album and about this band. They've really released nothing but really good stoner doom. This is really great metal band, and if you haven't listened to them, give them a shot today. You won't be disappointed. I think that it'll really make your day better, and you'll probably trip harder balls by their music on, So it's a really good time, and this is a great gateway album to the band. And I would say if you like this one, then definitely check out their first album, and of course all their other albums. You will not be disappointed. Also, I know traditionally here at the Lagoon, it is nothing but Electric Wizards and Temple of Voids, as well as Led Zeppelins and other bands like Pentagram and other stoner bands like Tool and Mastodon gets played a lot, but Melkor prefers Electric Wizard and Tenacious D. Right? Those are great bands. I would also highly encourage you to check out the great horror films from Full Moon Pictures called Evil Bong. It's really great times, and you'll enjoy it. I think you will. I hope you will. You should live vicariously and lavishly, so whatever those words are, and also enjoy some beer today too. It's really good for you. It's good for your blood sugars. Be unhealthy. It's good. Fuck your bodies. It's breathe in smoke. It's good for your lungs. Smoke is good for you, actually. It destroys your villa, and they should be destroyed because they're fucking like trees, and fucking trees get in the way of seeing the fucking moon. So we should burn all the fucking forests, and that way it'll makes the world more brutal and will destroy beauty. And when beauty is destroyed, pleases Satan, because Satan is really, he is beauty, so it's just how it is. I don't know what else to say, but anyways, I hope you really enjoyed this review of this album, and I know what you're saying, well, Melkor, you just gotta play a little bit. Okay, well, it's probably a copyright strike, but since it's 420. I think it's time to kick in, and I really can't feel my bodies. I think I was on the couch or whatever this is, stools, chairs, I don't know. But I feel really good, and I think I'm gonna try to pause the video so I don't get copyright strikes by this Electric Wizard, but I'm a little too fucked up right now. Anyways, you guys, can you see the colors? I can hear the colors. These colors from Spice. But Spice is really exciting if you think about it, Phosphorus, Apollos, Tom Hanks, he's Satan. I saw Castaway, it's really about Satan, Castaway is fucking gods, he's devils, it's just hoods, but, everything feels pretty foreboding. It's good. Shoots. Those videos probably gonna get taken down, but who cares? Have a good 420th. One of the most brutal person was born this day. So I'll see you all later. I was just kidding. I wanted to live this fucking shitty ending like that. Can you imagine? Can't you really imagine? So, anyways, I really hope that you all stay brutals. Definitely check out the band. They're really good. Okay, I'm serious. And also check out the Evil Bong movies. Tommy Chong's in it. It's really good. You have a great time. And enjoy yourselves today. Make sure you have plenty of unhealthy food to eat. Like, don't get a veggie tray at all or anything. Like cucumber water, just stay hydrated. Just drink beers and eat a lot of, like, fucking hot wings, or, a lot of stuff with, red 90 in it, and with the yellow 5s, or whatever. Eat all of the shitty American foods that will poison you and give you cancer, because you deserve to fucking die, actually. I hope you actually have panic attacks today. I hope you smoke too much and have to go to hospitals, and, indulge in your vices. Die. The faster, die young, like some fucking song says, or whatever that was, some fucking Kesha's, or whatever, die youngs, whatever, poser shit. I mean, listen to that, actually. It's the Black Pony Clubs. I'm gonna keep on dancing inside the Black Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing inside the Black Pony Club. So anyways, stay brutal and hell Satans. Happy 420, I'm gonna go watch The Exorcist and do more drugs.